Of my first job interview. I was a student at the time, as some of you are now, studying media and information management, which we as students prefer to call book publishing, because we thought that was cool. And I was applying for a job as an IT consultant. My job interview took place in a hotel bar. It was a very pleasant conversation, more one like you have amongst friends, about personal things, about life in general. It had basically nothing to do with my qualifications for that particular job. I think I brought my CV in a printed version, and I think also that my employer didn't look at it for 1 second. But I got the job in the end. So not long after that I started working for this company. Now what that has to do with tonight's movie and with equal opportunities, I hope to make clear in the next couple of minutes. I will keep it short. As the AmCham CSR committee, we wanted to show this movie because we think it touches on the subject of equal opportunity. It is about much more. It's a story based on a real-life situation of Chris Gardner, who, well, maybe because of some bad decisions and bad luck, comes to hit almost rock bottom in life and then decides to become a stockbroker. So he applies for a job, and well, the recruitment procedure of this company and of the job that he's applying for might also not be very ethical. It might seem to some as a modern form of slave labor. He goes into a group of 20 people for an internship for 6 months without pay, and they compete for one job, which, true, is very well paid, but they have to work very hard during these 6 months. And in the end, and that's what makes it interesting, the person who is best qualified for the job, who proves he's best qualified in this 6 months, or she is best qualified, will get the job. And that relates for us as the AmCham committee related to equal opportunities. If you look into the subject of equal opportunity, you search the web or whatever, the first thing you find is the subject of gender equality. The World Economic Forum produces a report, it's called the Gender Gap Report, and in the 2010 version of that, Latvia actually scores 18 out of 134 countries, which is a very decent score. It's a good score of, it's very on par with the rest of Europe, and it proves that in Latvia, as in the rest of Europe, women have an equal chance to getting into the workforce as men do. But equal opportunity is about a bit more than that. It's also about being paid equally. And that sometimes is still an issue. I am Dutch by origin, and in the Netherlands there's a lot of research done about equal pay, and it's proven that women are paid less for the same jobs than men are. Also, something that is often mentioned is the glass ceiling. If you look at the general boardroom of a big company, it's mostly men that are there. So the chances of, well, growing in your career and becoming the top person in a company are actually lower still for women. But that's only the gender issue. Equal opportunity is also about other forms of inequality based on race, religion, sexual preference, ethnic origin, which might be an interesting case in Latvia as well. Where I come from, they had at one point done some research where they send in application forms for jobs. It was the same cover letter and the same CV attached to it, only one they signed with a typical Dutch name and the other one with a more Islamic sounding name. And this research proved that when you had a typical Dutch name in the Netherlands, you had a better chance of getting a job. So that's equal opportunities is more about more than only gender equality. For me, if you look at how you can, well, create equal opportunity, the one thing you need to look at is competences of people. First, you need to understand what is best for your company, what are you looking for in a new recruit, and list these qualities and be very transparent about that. The important thing is that you know what you're looking for, and that the people who apply for the jobs also know what you're looking for, so that they know what chances they have. The other thing is, and that's maybe also important, is to know that you have that you are building a team. If you, there has been research which has proven that diverse teams perform better. It's not only diverse in ethnic or gender background, but also diverse in character. So if you talk about equal opportunity and look at the statement of good corporate citizenship that we have for AmCham, if you look at the human resources, one of the things is that an enterprise should ensure equal opportunities for all employees. And I think that's a very good message. And if we look at tonight's film, that's also something that you will recognize in that. I promise to keep it short. I'll keep my promise. So, because we have a long movie ahead, so enjoy the movie. Thank you very much.